Been around the block too many times. Around the globe is more like it. Hello! I had so much rage. I'm a gypsy. Please.
Did you ever think that Grace would be a movie star?
Sure, baby. Listen to me. I'm human, man. I'm human. You're the only man made me buckle at my knees.
Aloha. This is Trinidad, the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, this is Trinidad, the Island Man, your Island Man. And last night, Saturday night, over at the Kahala Mall, the only place it's showing, I saw a nice documentary, rockumentary, retrospective of the artist known as Grace Jones. Now this movie or documentary or rock retrospective was called Grace Jones, Bloodlight and Bami. And remember our rating scale, shock a thumbs up. It's good to see, I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down. It's bad to see, it's junk, I don't recommend it. And for Grace Jones, Bloodlight and Bami, it is a shock a thumbs up. Especially if you enjoy Grace Jones as a musician, as an artist overall. You know, she's definitely become and has been a pop culture icon, at least since the late 70s. And definitely the 80s, I think, is where she had reached her height level of appeal. Now, she started out as a model, born in Jamaica. Got a little bit into acting. And then, of course, throughout her career, she's been singing, making music, going out on tours throughout the world, and, you know, basically adored by many, many fans throughout the world. And she still does world tours, you know, to this day, and even some modeling. And this movie basically shows, well, definitely gives you a side of Grace Jones that you've never seen before, despite all the album covers, the magazine covers, some of the rare movies that she's been in. You know, I myself had first seen her in Conan the Destroyer as the like Zulu-like warrior. And of course, you know, probably her biggest role was in A View to a Kill, the James Bond movie with Roger Moore, as one of the main villain henchmen. You know, that's probably her standout performance. In the 80s, the late 80s, well, middle to late 80s, she had a stupid, terrible vampire movie. I think it was called Vamp, and it was just awful. I saw it on HBO when I was, you know, a teenager, and it was awful. But despite that, her other performances have been good. And I never really paid much attention to her music career until 2014. I was listening to KCRW, and they were talking about, oh, you know, they played one of her songs, and it was really catchy. I think it was, Pull Up to My Bumper Baby, I think, which is one of her best known songs. And it was incredible. I don't think I'd ever heard it before. You know, most of the, you know, outside of the alternative radio stations, you'd never hear it. Or any of her music, really, you know, now that it's not the 80s anymore. But also, they said that she was playing live at the Hollywood Bowl that year, and you know, there in California, and you know, that if you can, what you really want to do is go ahead and check her out sometime and see her live for an amazing performance. And well, I did just that, but not at the Hollywood Bowl. at FYF in 2016 there in LA. I went ahead and she was one of the main acts for the end of the evening. I believe it was Saturday night, and she was fabulous. Let me just tell you, her live performance had so much energy. Her sound, her songs, her music, even, at her age, the age of, probably your mother, she was still rocking it there on stage, doing quite a lot of physical activity. And so I have to say that it was very interesting and an informative rockumentary to go ahead and see, hearing her own words, her desire for music, her bringing up from a poor, humble family in Jamaica, to see her mother. Lots of it. There's no date specifically set in this rockumentary. However, it does. You do see like 2005, 2006. Her mother's alive, her brother, her son, her sisters. The house that her mother still lives in. At least at the time of this filming was, in Jamaica. And it's a small, reasonably small, nice house, but definitely not like a mansion that you might see from other artists nowadays. So she's definitely kept to her roots and kept strong to the desired performances that she wants to do. So definitely, when you can, check it out. Definitely on Netflix or streaming when you get the chance. Right now, it's only at the Kalala, and it probably will not go anywhere else. But check it out on those $7 days or the matinee. All right, thanks so much, and aloha.